So, next is Boss Rush. Boss Rush. Try saying that 3 times fast. Oh, didn't. Forgot it started right away. So yeah, battle all 12 of the main bosses without stopping. Your health isn't restored between battles, but your ammo always is. It'll give you an amount of progression per boss fight. And when that progression gives you health, it then does give you that health in full. So you will sometimes regen health, but not anything that the bosses don't drop. Alright, so time is ready when I press the button. So 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so first up we have Corpius, which we do actually have Charge Shot and Spider Magnet, as well as twice as many missiles as we did in the route, which very easily lets us get he can be very hard to hit. His head acts in ways that you would ideally not like it to. When it's invisible as well, it's very hard to see, but we just shoot that and should be coming up. Yeah, done. Easy. Cool, that was very clean. And next we have Kraid with, again, more missiles than we ended the game with. Should be plenty easy. These first few bosses are going to be pretty similar to what we saw in the run, just a little bit safer because we have extra ammo. Doesn't give you any of the extra progression. And hopefully I can not fall this time on Kraid. There is an attack that Kraid can do that can spawn some of these platforms a little bit earlier, but unfortunately both times we didn't see them. Just aiming a lot of missiles, making sure we don't get hit, otherwise we fall down. So, yeah, we don't want that parry on Kraid, and if you aim... Nice. If you aim left the moment after you do the parry shot, nice. You still got the shot off, but you don't actually go into the proper parry, which is very handy. So here we have the first of 2 central units in the boss rush. Because all of our missiles regenerate, we can just kill it with missiles. So this is Drogda. This is one of the 2 bosses that we skipped entirely. Basically, it's a giant underwater boss fight, and it's not super fun. But it utilizes grapple, flash shift, and it's an interesting fight, if not a little bit tricky to aim at the right spot. Not overly complex. Especially with being able to just missile spam, with enough practice, it's very consistent. Then we shoot these charge buttons to lower the water, to drown it basically, and let us kill it. Alrighty. So here we have that Chozo soldier that we speed boosted. We don't have speed boost, so we will have to just shoot it with a bunch of rockets. A lot of the time it is just a little bit faster to... Oh, I don't want to be here, but here's where I am. So yeah, there's that counter. Gives us a lot of time to just shoot away. The red charge isn't counterable, but does a lot of damage. But the collision damage you take from bonking into it is actually a little bit less. So you can kind of make up, save yourself a little bit of health from that. So this is Ice Cube without screw attack this time. Does some pretty dangerous attacks, especially one of those attacks if it... Oh boy. If it hits a wall or a corner, it fizzles out. But if it hits the ground, it does explode. Oh, nice, got that. Alright, I can regen a bit of health here. I play a little safe. Alright, excellent. Ice Q is kind of scary. Experiment Z57, sorry, I've been saying 53 this entire time. Has three main attacks in this first phase. We don't want to see that one because we see it twice, of course, because we can't hurt him at all throughout it. Ideally, we want to see this attack. It's not that scary. Just kind of flash shift across. And we just want to shoot missiles until he phases. We can do a little bit of damage tank here, just because we have a bunch of health to spare. Alright. Then we want to use storm missiles to phase him. And now here comes that fun quick kill. So with Speed Booster, you're able to store up a Shine Spark in this little transition here. And as long as you keep it, bang, phase 2 over right then and there in one hit. Is very satisfying to pull off. Now we have these friendly little robots again. Managed to get the parry this time. Unfortunately, the other robot didn't want to play nice and be in the right spot. So we kind of just... This first one's going to die quite quickly. And the second one's going to take a bit. Got the parry, nice. The parryable hit has huge knockback. So if you get hit by it without parrying it, it can actually be can very much knock you off the platforms. So with Golzuna here, now that we have Storm Missile, kind of as a bit more intended as to when you're meant to fight it, Storm Missiles do quite a lot of damage. They do also require a lot of missiles. So now that we have 259 of them that replenish, it can be very beneficial to just... Storm Missiles also kill these X-Hosts in one swarm, which is fantastic. Alright, next we have the Elite Chozo Soldier. I didn't really talk about it earlier, but these ones have a shield, which can be a bit of a pain because you can't shoot through. But with some well-placed Storm Missiles, you can transition them quite effectively. So yeah, that lunge attack that they do in enraged form has a lot of range as well as a lot of damage behind it. But that was a very clean fight. Lord, I might PB on boss rush as well. Good lord. I'm a minute ahead of my last PB. So there is a bit of a Shine Spark trick you can do here, but it's very tight. Certainly a lot safer just to shoot it with missiles and then screw attack it to get that final blow. Next we have Raven Beaks. So we're going to do the same thing that we did last time, just this time a lot more leeway with missiles. So we're going to try and go for that phase 1 insta-skip again. Goes for a quite fast mashing. Yeah, didn't quite get it. So this will be a little bit slower. We pretty much just have to wait for him to decide to want to have a parryable attack again, which can take a bit. Oh, or just be like that. Cool. So now we just shoot him with more beams, and he transitions. If I can skip the cutscene. So ideally we want to have him in this corner. We can manipulate sort of his AI a little bit when we do. When we're in this corner properly, he won't do the... Is that still going to hit me? No, cool. He won't do that slam down attack, which is easily one of the worst, but he can also aim his barrage in such a way that does make us move, which is a bit of annoying, but yeah, because I wasn't in the corner, he did still do it. Excellent. Now we just have this final section up again. So yeah, Ravenbeak also has a speed booster of his own, which you'd think would be more terrifying considering how much damage we do against bosses with it, but it really just doesn't. Parry early again is nice. We just sit here, spam some missiles, and without having a concern in the world. Time on this is coming up. The moment he dies is... the moment it starts to fade, I believe, is time. And so the counter sequence will be a very good indicator for that. Alright, time coming up. And now. Alright, and that was again yet another boss rush PB for me. Turns out practice is in fact good. Alrighty, so that's it from me for Metroid Dread. Thank you so much for having me. Sorry for putting us well ahead of schedule, but I'm sure we'll sort something out. Stay tuned for more.